Welcome to the NSIC Student Athlete Advisory Committee Spotlight. I'm your host, Nick Kornder, Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations at the Northern Sun. This fall, we spotlight an NSIC sports student athlete from each of our 16 institutions, and we are joined by Minnesota State's Amanda Montplaisir. She's a cross-country runner at Minnesota State. Amanda, welcome to the Spotlight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I said a little bit, you're a cross-country student athlete at Minnesota State. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm from Buffalo, Minnesota. I grew up there, ran cross country and track for them, and now I run for MSU. I'm a junior this year, and I'm majoring in dietetics with a minor in sports medicine.
Excellent. You're also a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee down there at Minnesota State. Tell us about some of the initiatives you guys did this fall.
Yeah, so this is actually my first year in SAAC. I think our biggest one this year and last year was the mental health panel with the Green Bandana Project, and just bringing awareness to mental health and knowing that like everybody has mental health and we all struggle with it in different ways, and just providing resources for our students at MSU and just around our community.
So COVID has affected everyone differently. Tell us how it's affected you as a student athlete.
Yeah, so throughout this fall, we've had a lot of like practice issues. I think like we've been on and off with it throughout the whole semester. So I think practice usually creates some sort of routine in our lives. And not always having that has been, I think, the most challenging thing for me. And then not having classes all in person has been an adjustment just for this year.
You mentioned you're a junior. The adjustments, how do you stay positive having the fall season canceled and just, this dragging out for so long?
Yeah, I think realizing like there's more to us as athletes than just our sport, and knowing like it will get back to normal at some point. And obviously maybe that's not right now. We might not be competing, but we're still fortunate enough to be able to be practicing either with our teammates or not. And just maybe even prioritizing other things in our lives, whether that's family or work or school or whatever, but just like knowing like we will get back to a normal, we will have competition. It might not be now, but hopefully soon we can get back to some sort of normalcy, I guess.
You mentioned some of those practices. What was the structure different? For this fall, was it pretty much the same type of practice? Did you get outside and obviously do your runs, or was it affected more than just for an outside cross-country runner?
Yeah, we tried to keep our training as close to like a normal season as we could. So when we were able to practice, like we were in our like smaller groups, different training groups than maybe we normally would have. But we still got to do like most of our training. And then if we like didn't get to practice like officially, we could obviously still go out and run, which was really nice. And towards the end of our like proposed season, I guess, we got to do a time trial, which was really fun, which just got us excited to start racing again.
Nice. Obviously competition for student athletes is key. So it was good that you guys got to, even though it was against yourself, get out there and at least try to beat your best time or beat some of your teammates.
Right, yeah.
You mentioned Buffalo, Minnesota is where you're originally from. How did you end up at Minnesota State? What was it that drew you there?
Yeah, so I knew that when I was looking for colleges, I wanted to major in dietetics, which is kind of an uncommon major, at least around this area. And so after talking to the coach at MSU and then learning that they had my program, I think I got to come on a visit and meet the team, and all of that went pretty smooth. And I just really enjoyed my time there, and it felt right. And then like MSU being Division II felt like the right level of running for me when I was coming out of high school.
Excellent. The NSIC is Division II. One of the questions we usually ask is, what are some of the best attributes of Division II and running in the NSIC?
Yeah, I think I think it's not known that much in high school that like Division II still has a lot of competition, but a little bit more of a balance with like school, and then like having the flexibility to have a job if you need to, and in not just being like your sport being everything. I've had a lot of balance throughout my time at MSU, being able to still race really well and train well and have a lot of fun with running, but then also really prioritizing my academics, and being able to work alongside all of that.
Yeah, the life and the balance of the Division II student athlete. So you still have some time left at Minnesota State, but what ultimately do you plan to do with your future?
Yeah, so after MSU, I plan to become a registered dietitian, and then either before that or after that, go to grad school and get a master's in some field related to nutrition, or another field that I'm interested in.
All right. Next question is one of my favorites that I get to ask to the student athletes. Do you have any hidden talents or something people may not know about you?
Not really, but the people that know me would know this, but I was a competitive gymnast for 14 years before I started running. So that was a big part of my life.
Okay, and you took running over gymnastics in college?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, great. We're glad to have you in the NSIC and running cross country down there at Minnesota State. We'll finish up the interview here quick with our rapid fire Q&A. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. Do you have any pre-race rituals?
I always braid my hair.
Braid your hair. Okay. Most used social media app?
Instagram.
What is your favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Who's influenced you the most at Minnesota State?
My teammates.
If you didn't run cross, what other sport would you compete in if you could in college?
Definitely gymnastics.
Gymnastics. We answered that one earlier. Your favorite TV show?
Love Island.
Favorite SAAC activity or initiative?
Our mental health panel.
And your favorite movie?
Harry Potter.
Which one there?
7 Part 2 or the third one.
All right, I'm the sixth one. Half-Blood Prince is one of my favorites. And the best part, I have 3 kids and they're getting into it, reading the books and then watching the movies. So we're through book 6. So we're almost to the 7th one. Your best sports memory in which you're competing?
I think probably my freshman year at the conference cross country championships. We all had like some of our best races of the whole year, and we just had a really good team finish. So that was a lot of fun.
Excellent. And what is the biggest thing you've learned at your time at Minnesota State?
I think just an overall like life balance, learning how to balance like the academic rigor of being in college, and then also trying to prioritize being the best athlete I can be, and then working with that, and then still finding time for friends and just time to myself too.
Amanda, well, that was our rapid fire Q&A. You did a great job. We appreciate you taking the time today to visit with us. Enjoy the holiday break as we're just coming up on the Christmas holiday. We wish you the best of luck with your career at Minnesota State. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, that will wrap up the NSIC SAAC Spotlight. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.